Wow, this is great to be chatting with you. How are you?
I'm good. Great to have a talk with you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love your sign in the background.
Yeah, it's all Fremont.
Yes. This is a beautiful film. I really, really loved it. I'm really keen to pick your brain about some of it. But before we talk about the film, I wanted to just for the benefit of people that might listen to this and read the article, before Fremont came along, you have an incredible story of your own. A successful journalist in Kabul. I believe you fled when the Taliban took over, and then you find yourself in America, and suddenly you're involved with a film. Can you give me a little bit about how that all came about? Because that's an incredible thing to be in a new country and suddenly you're the lead actress in a film.
Yes, sure. As you say, yes, I was a journalist in Afghanistan when I came to the United States. Uh, I was about 22 something, and then so kind of trying to find my way, and uh, film came from in front of me,
Mhm.
and I saw it as an opportunity and also as a way to work for Afghan women in United States or in Afghanistan or around the world. So I got the information and I just tried it and said, okay, I'm gonna try this out, and if it works, it will be amazing. So I sent an email to Babak and the film director,
Mhm.
and we had two Zoom call, and I did the audition through online, like in a Zoom call. And
Mhm.
after that, I went to California, and yeah.
That's amazing. So do you think that your story and your experience helped you get the role?
Yes, that also helped me, and also my experience in being a journalist in Afghanistan, because I was quite comfortable in front of camera, and I knew about filmmaking a little bit, and but not acting.
Hmm.
Yes, I was a journalist. I had to present news, or I had my own show, which was called Car Show, Old Car, and it's totally something different, and to be in a movie and the role or the character is someone who is more quiet, but she gives a lot to the audience with her quietness. Yes.
Yeah, she's almost like she's very, you're right, she's very quiet, but she's sassy as well. She has a lot of attitude, which I really loved. She took no bullshit from anybody, and I love that. Um,
Yeah.
has what's the response been like? In the States, the movie's done the festivals, it's been out for a little while. Like, has it been a good response, and has it allowed you to advocate for Afghanistan?
Yes, it did. So while we had our distribution around the United States, our film distributors, but I had to do interviews and also be in stage and talk and do the panels. So it gives me the opportunity to talk about Afghan women, and I did that. So and I'm gonna share this here too, because we all know about Afghanistan and what happened. Afghan girls and women are banned from school education, working outside, and it has been more than 2 years, which schools are closed for girls. Women and girls cannot go to school, and they're not allowed. That was big part of my advocacy, and I did that. Yes, I know it doesn't make any changes, but people knows people get the information, and
Hmm.
uh, in every screening I had about 200 people, 300 people, so I got the chance to talk about Afghan women.
It's an amazing opportunity you've been given. Like, it really does open a dialogue and it informs people that may never have known before exactly the extent of what's going on. So I love that you've had that. Has there been much have you had any feedback from your home, from people that you know that have, seen what you're doing? from afar?
Yes, I got great feedback from my own people because they loved it. They said, "Oh, you were strong. You showed other side of Afghan woman, which they are strong. They can be alone, but they can find their way. They can do. They can be like any other girls from any where else. They can be there themselves." So this was the biggest part or the biggest feedback I got from my own people, especially from Afghan girl, which they were here or I saw some notes, some comments in social medias, and they were more positive about the film and they gave me more positive feedback.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that. I love that. You know, like I said, it's such a lovely film. What really struck me about it is that although it's not really a comedy per se, but there's real quirkiness to the way the story is told. There's a humor in the storytelling, I guess. Do you know what I know you can't speak for Babak, the director, but do you know what his motivation was with the style of the film?
Um, I I have no idea,
Yeah.
but because I watched his previous films,
Hmm.
Radio Dream. That one, if you ever get the chance to watch that one, you will see his type of work is totally different. And the humor, I was not expected to this for this film that is gonna have a humor because the story is like after collapse of Afghanistan government and after what happened to Afghan people, you will find in a movie which has humor, which makes people to laugh, but at the same time has a strong message.
Hmm.
So I did not expect something like this, but yeah, it has humor right now. If you
Yeah.
watch it, you will get it. Yeah.
100%. Like, for example, like the fact that half of it is set inside like a fortune cookie factory, that is
Yeah.
quirky. That's very quirky. Such a unique setting, which I loved. A really interesting way to flesh out sort of Donya's story. I just want to know, did you eat a lot of fortune cookies?
Um, During filming, no,
No.
just had two or three. But after filming, because every time we had fortune cookies for our uh, viewer or people who came to cinema or what else to the screening. So we had fortune cookies, and I had to take like one or two because I loved fortune cookies. After that, it tastes really good. So every time I took one and I read it, so yeah, it was after filming.
Ah, excellent. It's a great little marketing mechanism they've got going there. Was it a functioning fortune cookie factory? Like, yeah, was it
Yeah,
a, yeah?
it was a real fortune cookie factory because of the budgeting and stuff. So they decided to go with the real one.
Hmm.
Um, and we got to film our movie during the night because they had to work during the day.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, the fortune cookie had to be active during the day, so we got the night shift, and we were working on the night in the night.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Can't stop production of fortune cookies. It's important. Being relatively new to America and then jumping straight into this sort of American indie film scene, were there any sort of cultural concepts or scenarios that were difficult for you to comprehend or to convey on screen?
Um, Not really.
Hmm.
Not no, I did not find something that, to be difficult for me, but the only point was for me the language, because language is part of the culture.
Mm.
Um, yeah, sometimes I wasn't able to get the joke or sometimes during the
Hmm.
filmmaking or something.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, otherwise I was quite comfortable with it and cultural because I in Afghanistan we used to watch movies. We used to see outside like from our screen, which was our TV.
Yeah.
And I want to say that television and media in Afghanistan did a really big role in our culture, and they brought so much information in our um, small country because we had influence. We got how do you say, we got influence from outside somehow, and we had an idea how a United States is, like how it would be,
Hmm.
and but the only point is, I found is making friend here is a little bit hard.
Hmm.
I understand that because it's gonna be the same thing for an American if she or he wants to go to Afghanistan or anywhere else.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
kind of similar.
That was going to be my next question is what kind of exposure you had to sort of, American or British television. So that's great to know that you had a little bit of a glimpse to the outside world. Um, in terms of your character, Donya, were there any similarities between her and yourself?
Um, I could say I have my own story. The Fremont movie is not my stories, but it's mostly related to most of Afghans.
Mm.
I found myself related to Dunya because of I became a refugee on
Hmm.
that time, and the feeling was the kind of the same as much as she had and I had. Uh, yes, like leaving our family behind, our country, culture, our people, and when you look back, you see what you left. So that was the biggest familiarity that I found from the Fremont and Dunya's character.
Mm, right. I want to ask you a little bit about a couple of your cast members. So Greg Turkington is another one of these amazing quirky characters. I've watched him for years on television. Is he an oddball in reality the way he is on television?
Um, I don't know, but maybe because
Was he fun?
he is, yeah, he
Yeah.
was, and we have seen each other like after filming and in our screening, also in independent film festival. But the only thing I can say, he really helped me with his character or maybe himself during our filming. Uh, he was a really a psychiatrist for me.
I love that.
Yeah, he was really a psychiatrist for me, and yeah,
Yeah.
he's funny, he's great. The way he talks, and yeah,
Yeah, he
he's
adds
great.
he adds a lot to the film for sure. And then
Yeah.
obviously you've got Jeremy Allen White, who is right now rising up the ranks of Hollywood, like he's a big star now.
Yes.
When you made Fremont, had he already done The Bear?
Uh, no.
Right, so this came
Yeah.
first, and then his star rose. So that's really fortuitous for you guys, to help promote the film, have his face on it.
Yeah, we were so lucky to have him
Yeah,
before here.
and you
Yeah.
two on screen have such a really, really strong rapport with each other. Did you two really get along like that off screen? Because it really shows on screen.
Uh, uh, like, can you repeat again? I
Yeah,
didn't
like
understand.
so the two of you have a good chemistry on camera. And I'm wondering behind the scenes, after takes and things like that, did you two really get along?
Yeah, yeah, he's great. So uh, I did not know that he was famous. That's one point.
Hmm.
So I was really comfortable with him. And if I knew it, I would have some comments or something, or
Yeah.
maybe it will have effect on my acting. So I did not know he was
Mm.
famous, or he worked for over like 15 years,
Yeah, yeah.
since he was 15 years old. Uh, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'll wrap it up in a moment, but before I do, I just want to ask a personal question. Just want to know what your favorite films are. Like, what kind of movies do you like watching in your downtime?
My favorite film is The Kite Runner. You
Oh,
might read
yeah.
this book.
Yep.
That's my favorite film, and also I like them because I just got into film industries and I'm getting to know which type of film. I really like to watch real stories,
Hmm.
one, and sometimes fantasy. Um, and also I watched Poor Things. I
Hmm.
love that. That's my favorite film till now. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. And has this opened the door for future prospects? Do you have plans to make more movies? Is it looking good for you?
Yeah. I have plan and I'm totally into it and I'm working on that. Actually, I'm working on another project right now and we will see that.
I love it. I can't wait to see what that is. I can't wait to see watch your career unfold in front of our eyes. This movie is beautiful, and I hope that anybody that's listening to us now really goes out and tracks it down and gives it a look because it deserves to be seen. And you're fantastic. It's a fantastic feature film debut. So thanks so much for taking time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tell me about the situation in Afghanistan before you left to come here.
I don't spend much time thinking.
Why?
Too busy with my social life. Thank you.
Fortune messages. They shouldn't be too lucky. They shouldn't be too unlucky.
Some pursue happiness you created.
اینجا جای کلان است پر از انسان‌های مختلف و من نگو که هیچ وقت احساس تنهایی نمی‌کنی.
البته که میکنم.
I'm not meeting anybody.
You don't need anybody. You need someone special.
I admire people like you who have stories to tell of courage, displacement. Guess which immigrant hero I love the most? White Fang.
The dog.
Where are you from?
I'm from Afghanistan.
I've never met an Afghan before. You seem like a friendly people.
We are. I'm just not a good example.
It's okay to feel lonely sometimes. It would be very strange if people did not think about other possibilities, about other people.
یعنی که کامیل در کابل است و جانشان به خطر است و ما اینجا با دوست داشتن و عشق بگیم.
Do you love yourself? Then you should say it out loud.
I love myself.